You stopped eating sugar for 30 days. You didn't do it to drop a pant size. You didn't do it because you watched a motivational fitness video at midnight. You did it because you were quietly, secretly terrified that your body was shutting down from the inside out. Let's rewind to day 0. You are standing under the relentless fluorescent lights of the third-floor break room. It is exactly 2:14 p.m. on a Friday. On the faux granite counter sits a battered pink cardboard box. It is an American corporate tradition, the Friday donut delivery. You have been staring at a glazed cruller for a full minute. Your eyelids feel like they are lined with lead. You slept 7 hours last night, but your body feels like it has been dragging a physical weight through the carpeted hallways of this office all week. You reach out, you take the donut, you eat it in 3 bites, washing it down with a styrofoam cup of break room coffee heavily diluted with vanilla creamer. You are looking for a lifeline. You are looking for energy. But as you walk back to your cubicle, you feel it again. It is a dull, persistent ache deep in your lower back, right below your ribs. You press your hand against it. You assume it is just the cheap office chair. You assume it is just bad posture from staring at spreadsheets for 50 hours a week. You sit down. You open a bottle of Dasani water and drain half of it in seconds. Your mouth is dry. It is always dry lately. You drink 60 ounces of water a day, yet the thirst never really leaves you. If you could see inside your body right now, you would realize that you are quietly drowning your own organs. You start researching the symptoms on your phone, hiding the screen from your manager. Lower back ache, unquenchable thirst, afternoon lethargy, swollen ankles that make your dress shoes feel uncomfortably tight by the time you clock out. The search results do not point to a bad mattress. They point to your kidneys. Your kidneys are 2 bean-shaped organs, each about the size of a fist. Every single day, they filter nearly 47 gallons of blood. They are the silent, tireless janitors of your entire physiological system. But they were never designed to process the modern American diet. They were never designed to handle the 40 teaspoons of hidden sugar you consume every single day. You think you are healthy because you do not drink soda, but you do not realize the collateral damage of your daily choices. The $5.25 iced oat milk latte you buy in the morning commute. The healthy granola bar you eat at 10 a.m., the teriyaki glaze on your chicken bowl at lunch, the vanilla creamer, the afternoon donut. Your blood is thick with glucose, and your kidneys are working in a state of absolute panic. In the medical world, they call it hyperfiltration. Imagine a delicate paper coffee filter. Now imagine pouring thick, sticky syrup through it day after day. The filter stretches. The microscopic holes begin to tear. The pressure builds. Because your blood sugar is constantly spiked, your kidneys have to pull in extra water just to dilute the toxic levels of glucose. They are forced to work at 110% capacity, 24 hours a day, just to keep you alive. They are desperately trying to flush out the excess sugar through your urine, which is why you are always so desperately thirsty. They are crying out for help, but the damage is completely silent. You learn the terrifying truth. You can lose up to 70% of your kidney function before you ever show a single medical symptom on a standard blood test. By the time the doctor tells you there is a problem, the microscopic filters inside your body, the nephrons, are already scarred and dead. You look at the empty donut wrapper on your desk. You look at the vending machine glowing in the hallway, packed with Pulse Hive candy bars and baked chips. You make a decision. 30 days. You are going to stop eating sugar for 30 days. Cold turkey. No exceptions. No hidden syrups. No office treats. You are going to give your body a chance to stop fighting itself. The first 72 hours are a physical and psychological nightmare. It is Monday morning. You skip the drive-thru and bring a thermos of bitter black coffee to work. By 11 a.m., the withdrawal hits you like a physical wall. A sharp, throbbing headache wraps around your temples. Your brain, deprived of its easiest and cheapest dopamine source, begins to panic. You cannot focus on the quarterly reports. Your hands feel slightly unsteady on the keyboard. You walk past the break room. The vending machine looks like an oasis in a desert. The bright orange packaging of a Reese's peanut butter cup practically calls your name. Your body is demanding that you put a quarter in the slot. It tells you that one bite will cure the headache. But you grip the edge of the counter and walk away. You do not realize it, but while your brain is screaming in agony, your kidneys are finally breathing a sigh of relief. For the first time in years, the relentless flood of glucose has stopped. The heavy machinery of your internal filtration system is beginning to slow down from its frantic, damaging pace. By the middle of the second week, the physical landscape of your body begins to shift in ways you never expected. You wake up on a Thursday. You put on your stiff leather work shoes. They slide on easily. For the past 2 years, you thought you were just gaining weight. But as you look down at your ankles, the puffiness is gone. When you consume high amounts of sugar, your body produces massive amounts of insulin. High insulin levels command your kidneys to hold on to sodium. And where sodium goes, water follows. For years, you have been walking around carrying pounds of excess, stagnant fluid. Without the sugar, your insulin levels have plummeted. Your kidneys have finally released the sodium. They have flushed out the retained water. You walk into the office feeling physically lighter. The dull ache in your lower back is entirely gone. You check your blood pressure at the pharmacy near your apartment later that evening. For months, it had been hovering at a dangerous 135/85. Today, the digital screen reads 118/75. Your cardiovascular system is depressurizing. The inflammation in your blood vessels is subsiding. The silent emergency is ending. But as your body heals, the social isolation of your new reality becomes glaringly obvious. It is day 18. It is Dave from accounting's birthday. The entire department gathers in the break room at 3 p.m. Someone has purchased a massive, frosting-heavy sheet cake from Costco. Slices are being passed around on flimsy paper plates. The room smells overwhelmingly of artificial vanilla and refined sugar. A coworker hands you a plate. "No, thank you," you say politely. "I'm good." The room goes quiet for a fraction of a second. Your coworker stares at you, holding the plate in midair. Are you on a diet? Just have a little piece. It's a celebration. "I'm just taking a break from sugar," you reply, holding your paper cup of plain tap water. They look at you with a mixture of pity and mild offense. In the American corporate ecosystem, refusing the shared ritual of junk food is almost an act of treason. People bond over their mutual exhaustion. They bond over their mutual dependence on caffeine and sugar. When you step outside of that cycle, you hold up a mirror they do not want to look into. You stand in the corner of the room, sipping your water, watching 20 adults eat processed cake that will spike their blood sugar, strain their kidneys, and guarantee they will all be miserable and lethargic by 4:30 p.m. You are isolated, but for the first time in your life, the isolation does not feel lonely. It feels like armor. By the third week, the mental fog that you thought was just a natural part of getting older completely evaporates. You are no longer dependent on the afternoon coffee. You sleep deeply, waking up 5 minutes before your alarm even goes off. The unquenchable thirst is gone. Your body is operating with a quiet, efficient grace. On a rainy Sunday afternoon, you walk into a small, empty diner on the edge of town. You sit in a vinyl booth. The waitress walks over. She looks exhausted. Her name tag says Linda. There are dark circles under her eyes, and she moves with the heavy, reluctant energy of someone who has been running on empty for a decade. "What can I get you, hon?" she asks, pulling out a faded green notepad. "Just a black coffee, please, and 3 scrambled eggs." She pauses. "No pancakes? No syrup? We have a special on the French toast today." You look at the laminated menu. A month ago, you would have ordered the French toast without hesitating. You would have sought the immediate comfort, the warm, sugary embrace that makes the harsh reality of the world disappear for 10 minutes. "No, thank you," you say. "Just the eggs." She nods, writing it down. "You have a lot of discipline. I need 3 sugars in my coffee just to survive the morning shift." She walks away toward the kitchen. You watch her go. You feel a sudden, sharp pang of empathy. You recognize that exhaustion. You lived in it. You understand now that sugar is not food. It is a very cheap, very legal anesthetic. It is the way millions of people tolerate lives, jobs, and routines that are otherwise unbearable. But you also know the price of that anesthetic. Inside your body right now, the microscopic filters in your kidneys are healing. If you were to take a test, the microscopic traces of protein in your urine, the early warning sign of kidney failure, would be completely gone. Your organs are no longer slowly dying to process your coping mechanisms. Day 30 finally arrives. There is no parade. There is no certificate. You walk into the same office. You sit at the same desk. The fluorescent lights are just as harsh. The spreadsheet on your monitor is just as tedious. The break room vending machine still glows in the hallway, offering its neon packages of temporary relief. But you look at it differently now. It is no longer a temptation. It is just a glass box full of poison. You trace your hand along your lower back. There is no pain. There is only the steady, unbothered rhythm of a body that has been given permission to thrive. You realize that you have reclaimed a piece of your future, a future that will not involve hospital beds, dialysis machines, or the slow, humiliating decay of your own biology. You took away the sweetness of the illusion, and in return, you received the absolute clarity of reality. You take a deep breath. You open your laptop. You are ready to work. Not because you are fueled by a frantic artificial rush, but because you are finally, truly awake. That wraps it up for today. The story you just heard is fiction. But if you've ever tried to change your life while everyone around you stays exactly the same, you know that the loneliest moments aren't when you are sitting by yourself. They are when you are standing in a crowded room, holding a cup of water, realizing You can never go back to the comfortable illusions that are slowly killing everyone else. If this one hit different, drop a comment and tell me which part stayed with you. I've got more stories like this coming, so hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.